Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. I'm Rockin Robbie Billups, and it's time for the weekly pop culture wrap-up. That's right everybody, thanks for checking out the video. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is the weekly pop culture wrap-up. It's the show where I go over the week's pop culture news, mostly comics and movies. Let's get right into it. We got DC Horror presents Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. So DC Horror, which has already had their Conjuring tie-in they did, and then they did The Soul Plumber. Their next title is Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead. So it's zombie Nazi soldiers versus Sergeant Rock, and it is written by Bruce Campbell with artwork by Eduardo Risso. Now, of course, Eduardo Risso was the artist on 100 Bullets, so I think that's going to be really cool to see him do like a war horror story in his style. I think that's awesome. And Bruce Campbell, that's right, Bruce, the Evil Dead Campbell, is writing this one. Now, when I met Bruce in October over at Scarefest, he told me that he was doing a Sergeant Rock book, but I didn't know what exactly that was going to entail, or if he was actually telling me the truth, because sometimes, you know, when you meet a celebrity, they can like drop some false information just to make you feel like you got something in the know or whatever. But yeah, this is actually happening. So that's pretty freaking cool. Sergeant Rock versus the Army of the Dead from Bruce Campbell, Eduardo Risso. That's right. It's going to be a 6-issue series that starts in September. Black Adam is going to have a series of one-shots leading in to the new movie. So we just had the trailer. We'll be talking about that in a moment. But DC has announced that they are releasing a series of 4 one-shots called Black Adam Justice Society Files. These set as in-movie canon, prequel type material. I guess probably, if anything, just introducing these characters, because they're all focusing on a different member of the Justice Society that are featured in the Black Adam film. We got a Hawkeye one-shot in July, a Cyclone one-shot in August, an Atom Smasher one-shot in September, and a Dr. Fate one-shot in October. And all of these are going to be co-written by Kevin Scott, Brian Q. Miller, with a variety of artists spread throughout. Kepler is a new graphic novel debuting in November from Dark Horse Comics, co-written by David Duchovny and Philip Sevey. And Philip Sevey is also providing the artwork. He did the book Triage. I don't know if you're familiar with that one, but he's a pretty solid sci-fi writer and illustrator. And David Duchovny, who we know from X-Files, who we know from Full Frontal, which was a great Steven Soderbergh film, who we know from Red Shoe Diaries. Great, was that Showtime? Anyway, David Duchovny is the latest celebrity to get in on, hey, let me create a comic book. Maybe someone's going to want to produce a movie out of it and cast me in it, and I can make some money with this, developing this property. But, okay, this one's Planet of the Apes, like reading the solicitation, it sounds like Planet of the Apes. It really does. Like, these people go to this world where humans died out, but other hominids, like, grew up, and so they evolved. So it's like a Planet of the Apes. They go there, they're facing environmental disaster, something like that. Highball is a new one from September, or in September, from Ahoy Comics, written by Stuart Moore with artwork by Fred Harper. This one is focusing on a space hero who is just totally smashed out of his gourd, a drunk who has to go and save the galaxy. So that's pretty much it. Drunk in space, responsible for saving the galaxy. But it's going to have a humorous tone to it. You can kind of pick that up. So that's kind of interesting. The Boys is being kickstarted, Indiegogo right now, over for these Omnibus editions. So there are going to be 3 oversized hardcover Boys Omnibus editions. Right now, I got the link to the Kickstarter in the description below. These are going to be available, I think, pretty widely, but they are also doing these campaigns on Kickstarter, and I believe they're doing one on Indiegogo as well, because there's extra things and extra special covers and extra material that you can get and get in on the ground floor for. So there you go. That will have that link in the description below. They are going ahead with a Thunderbolts movie. Apparently, it is being reported that Jake Schreier is going to be the director. I looked him up, not familiar with any of his work, but I am a huge fan of the Thunderbolts, but I don't think that this is going to be the Thunderbolts that that I read growing up in the 90s, but it's definitely going to be probably a Suicide Squad-esque version, which Thunderbolts has become Marvel's version of the Suicide Squad in the comics already, but you got plenty of characters out there like Yelena Belova's Black Widow, U.S. Agent, Abomination even. You get all these characters out there that could be utilized in this Thunderbolts property, so we'll see what happens there. That Black Adam trailer did drop in. It's alright. I mean, it's cool. I love The Rock. I love the character of Black Adam. I am pumped to see this movie. I was maybe a little bit disappointed in the trailer. Not with anything that they showed us as far as what the movie's going to be about or the look of it or the feel of it or anything like that. But just in the actual trailer itself, I thought it was a very poorly put together trailer. It tries to like win us over in the very beginning by being like, oh, his wife and kid were murdered. And then it tries to show us, oh, he's badass. He's like Superman, but he's going to kill. And then it tries to, I don't know. The trailer is just kind of all over the place. I don't think it's a very well put together trailer. But the movie, I'm still very excited for. Saw that Nope trailer, the new Nope trailer. I think this is the third one that I've seen. This movie comes out in July. I'm super pumped. It's the new Jordan Peele movie. And I wish I wouldn't have watched this trailer because it does, I think, show a whole lot more than I wanted to. Nope is this mysterious horror sci-fi film that I'm picking up on some real, like, I think Jordan Peele is on his way to being, like, Spielbergian. Like, in the sense of his accomplishments, right? Like, this movie kind of picks up that vibe for me. Maybe because it's possibly dealing with extraterrestrials, and I'm down for that. I was already sold from those first couple trailers. This newest trailer does let you know a little bit more about probably what the flow of the movie is going to be centered around. But man, I kind of wish I wouldn't have watched it, because I just kind of wish I wouldn't have watched it. I think that just a little too much information. But, you know, that's just me. This is, of course, the last final trailer before the big marketing push leading up to the film, where I think they're going to be a little bit more clear about what to expect when you go in to see this movie. But I'm pumped. I'm super excited. Got a little teaser for Rob Zombie's Munsters movie. It looks fine. I mean, so the little teaser we got, which was just like a rip of the opening of the Munsters, and you see Herman and his wife and his Grandpa Munster. You see them come through the door and do all that kind of stuff, and then they show up in color, and Grandpa Munster's like, well, what now? And that's pretty much all you get. But it seems like Rob Zombie is definitely honoring or trying to replicate the vibe and the feel and the tone and the flow of the sitcom. So I'm not the biggest fan of Rob Zombie movies, but I will definitely check this one out. And it doesn't, I mean, this teaser, it's just a teaser. The look of it's fine. I think the look is fine. There you go. They announced that there's going to be a whole lot more Ghostbusters coming. We already know there's a 5th movie. Now we know there's going to be an animated series and an animated movie. Like, they're really going for it, right? Now, I haven't seen a Ghostbusters movie that I've enjoyed since Ghostbusters 2, and I am that dude who's like, trust me, Ghostbusters 2's dope. I love it. I think it's great. The Statue of Liberty, the pink slime, I think that stuff works. At least it worked for me when I was a kid, watching it for the first time. Love those first 2 ones. Didn't like the one from several years ago. Didn't like the new one that much. But I am all for them just doing as much Ghostbusters as they can. Because, of course, I am a fan, I guess, of Ghostbusters. Right? I liked the toys when I was a kid. I watched that cartoon. But the more Ghostbusters content to come, the more the likelihood of getting Ecto Cooler to come back rises. So make as much Ghostbuster stuff as you want, as long as we get Ecto Cooler, because otherwise, just what's the point? You know? So that's what we got for you this week. What's coming up here at Pop Culture Philosophers? Well, join us for Dylan's Horror Show tonight. We're going to be talking about Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Did I just have deja vu? Then Rockin Robbie Live on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then Monday night, of course, join us for PCP Movie Night. We're in the middle of Crew's Choice. That's right. Each member of the crew gets to take a pick. And it's Manny's pick. And he's picked Dr. Sleep. So we're going to be talking about Dr. Sleep. Did I say doctored? Dr. Sleep. Monday night on PCP Movie Night. Thank you so much for checking out the video. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and drop a comment below on anything that you want to chat about, or any of your comments about today's topics. All that kind of stuff, right? Be sure to check us out at patreon.com/PCP if you want to help support the channel. And that's it. I hope you have a good week. I hope you enjoy the wrap-up. I enjoy providing them for you. And just remember, no matter where you go, there you are. I've been Rockin' Robbie Billups. Thanks for rocking with us. Station. Pop, pop, boom.